For a long time, I thought that freedom meant being in control, having the right plan, making the right decisions, avoiding unnecessary problems, and keeping life stable and predictable. I thought that if I worked hard enough, thought clearly enough, and made enough good choices, I could generally shape life on my own terms. And to some extent, there's truth in that. But over the past few years, I had to learn something much less comfortable, which is that sometimes you're at the mercy of forces outside your control: governments, workplaces, economic shifts, other people's decisions, fear driven crowds, and situations that you never chose. And no matter how sensible, capable, or prepared you think you are, those things can still affect your life in ways you didn't ask for. And for me, that was really difficult to accept because I've always valued autonomy and wanted to feel that the direction of my life was in my own hands. So when circumstances outside of me started shaping outcomes in my life, I resisted it mentally, emotionally, and sometimes spiritually. I felt frustration, anger, disillusionment, and if I'm being honest, there were periods when I lost a lot of faith in people too. Not because everyone's bad, but because I saw how quickly fear, pressure, and conformity can change people's behavior. I saw how easily many people accepted things they would normally have questioned, and how aggressively some people treated anyone who didn't fall in line. And seeing that made me realize something really uncomfortable. Most people don't think as independently as we might hope. Instead, they think socially, emotionally, and according to whatever feels safe in the moment. And that realization was extremely sobering because for a while it made me cynical and it made me feel like humanity is a lost cause. But over time, I've started to realize that bitterness is just another form of captivity. Because if disappointment turns into contempt, then you're still being controlled by what happened. And that was another lesson I had to learn. You don't become free by controlling everything around you. You become freer when you stop needing everything around you to be different for you to be at peace. That doesn't mean becoming passive or agreeing with nonsense, and it doesn't mean pretending that harmful behavior is acceptable. It simply means recognizing the difference between what you can influence and what you can't. Because once you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, energy returns and clarity returns. You stop wasting yourself fighting realities that don't care about your outrage. And you start investing more into things that actually matter: your standards, your mindset, your health, your relationships, your work, and your character. And the older I get, the more I think real freedom is quite different from what most people imagine. It's not total independence, escaping every system, or getting our own way all the time. Sometimes real freedom is simply this: remaining internally steady in an unstable world, keeping your mind when others lose theirs, holding your values when it becomes unpopular, maintaining perspective when chaos is rewarded, and choosing not to let external madness control your internal state. And I'm still learning that. I still get frustrated. I still care too much sometimes. And I still catch myself wanting life to behave according to my own preferences. But I understand the principle now. And understanding the principle changes how you live. Because, yes, sometimes you are at the mercy of circumstances, but you don't have to be owned by them. I'm Andy Gates, and this is Between Worlds. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.